Hi and welcome back. This is something I'm doing for fun, and like I said, I'm kind of comfortable in the kitchen, so hopefully I can get comfortable everywhere else. But I'm gonna start this and call it In the Kitchen with Clint. Tonight I'm gonna cook some air fried chicken and Brussels sprouts. I know some people who like this recipe, so figured I'd share it. I know people who've asked me about it, so here you go. Enjoy. Okay, well, so I'm just gonna cook today. Why not? Like I said, I'm comfortable in the kitchen a little bit. And some people want to know these recipes that I use. And the viewers that I have right now are people that I actually know for the most part. So these are people that might actually want to see some of this stuff and have asked me questions about these specific recipes. So now you can always go back and watch it and recreate it if you want. Sorry. It's gonna be rough, it's gonna be whatever. But hey, let's figure it out together, right? If you have any suggestions, yet again, leave them in the comments down below, and we'll go from there. So I'm making some chicken. I'm using legs, but you can also do chicken breast this way, thighs, everything. And if you have an air fryer, that's what I'm using, and the way I'm doing it makes some really, really juicy chicken breasts. A lot of the people don't like it. Hell, I don't like chicken breasts because they tend to be dry. This tends to make it really moist. I don't have any chicken breasts tonight to use, so I'm just using legs because that's what I prefer. I may redo this later with the breast just to show you. I got my legs right here, and I'm gonna pull out a few. Okay. Hell, I may do them all just so I can have something to eat off of at work or what have you, and not have to worry about cooking for the rest of the week or a couple of days. So, throw this away. Let's see, can I fit all this in my one container? Probably not. Most of it. So that's good enough. I'll wrap these up for later. Excuse me 1 second while I do that. 2, 4, 7, 8. Okay, 8 pieces. So that'll do good. So I take some Dale's. I use the low sodium because it's salty. Down. Give it a good coat. Do that. Wash my hands if I'm handling raw chicken. And that stuff kind of is fragrant. But it gives a nice salty and a good flavor to it. Next, I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar. About anywhere between an eighth and a quarter. Don't want to put too much because it can give it a really bad vinegary taste. And then some apple juice. I just get store brand apple juice and get it to submerge for the most part. And cover it. Mix it a little bit. Make sure that apple juice and that apple cider vinegar gets mixed really well. Okay, and then refrigerate for about 30 minutes to an hour. So, that's step one. Put up my stuff. By the way, what I'm making is an air fried seasoned honey chicken. It's healthy, it fits into a keto diet. And because I came up with this when I was first did the keto, because you can only eat so much eggs, and my girlfriend at the time wasn't big on breakfast, so I had to come up with recipes to make stuff that she would enjoy that would still fit my diet. And don't get me wrong, I'd add stuff to it so that, you know, she could eat that I wouldn't, but, you know, whatever. Just because I was on my diet didn't mean she needed to be. So that's that. I'm gonna clean up here in a second, and then I'll start on the Brussels sprouts, because that takes a while. All right, be right back. Wink. Okay, now we're gonna start on the sprouts. Give me a second. As you can see, I've got bacon, the sprouts themselves, and a shallot. As you can see, I got bacon, the sprouts, the shallot, and I'll use some other stuff I'll show you later. So, grab my nice little knife here, and I'm gonna quarter these, cut this into pieces, and cut that up too. I'm not gonna bore you. I'm just gonna do it, and then I'll start up again. Bink. And I'm back. Got my stuff cut up. Got some butter ready. I'm heating my pan on a medium-low heat. And when that's ready, we melt the butter. You want to melt the butter, not brown it. This part takes a while. Let me take the lid back on. I normally use thick cut Oscar Mayer. There's a little center cut here. I use about 2 to 3 pieces. This is 4 pieces because it's not as thick. Take it and break it up. Let it render slowly so it doesn't. You want to do it slowly so you don't brown the butter. I've added a little bit of rosemary and thyme. And time for the shallots. So let that cook down a little bit. Put your aromatics in there. I prefer to use fresh, but in the interest of cost, I have the dried stuff you get in the seasoning rack. as far as the rosemary and thyme. So, still rendering, give it some more time, which will get that nice smell out of it. So now, we add our sprouts, and let everything's rendered and browned. Okay, take that, bowl out of the way. Mix it up. Some get away. I'm gonna take some honey, drizzle on there. Leave that out till we need it in a minute. Stir it up some more. And then cover. Leave it on a low heat, because just let it cook low and slow. All right. Next, we take the chicken out. In all fairness, I just lay it out as is, like so. Go ahead and put it in my air fryer so I can have it set up and ready to go. Less waste. Okay. Take it, pour a little bit of that juice in the bottom for when it heats up. Give it a nice steam. And then the rest is useless. Now, see that? Take me some Old Bay. Coat. Take a little bit of sea salt. Just regular black pepper. Now, with a kick. And 2 chili powder. Just a little bit. Just for a little bit of bite and kick. It's not as powerful as like cayenne, but it's enough to make you taste it. And yet again, the honey, and just drizzle that all over it. And you take that, slide it right into your air fryer. 360. And I do it for about 10 minutes. Then when it goes off, I flip them all and season it and again and put more honey on it. And another 10 minutes. And when that's done, it's done. Now put some more butter on the sprouts. Mix it up. When I'm done, I use about 3/4 of a stick of butter. And that's the good stuff. Take spread it out. Brown sugar. Give it a good sprinkle. And yet again, a little bit of Old Bay. Pepper. And some more sea salt onto that too. And take it, stir it up. Yeah, I know it's got brown sugar and that's not quote unquote keto friendly. It's not enough to affect your diet or my diet. So turn it just a hair, and then I'm gonna cover it again and let it cook while the chicken cooks. So the first round of cooking is done for the chicken. Yeah, it doesn't look done, I know that. But you take it, and you flip it. Don't do this with your bare hands. I don't have a lot of feeling in my hands from working on cars. The hot metal surface I can still feel. Just, it takes a minute. And the more I do it, you know, the heat builds up on the tops of my fingers, and it eventually gets down to where I can feel it. So, got it all flipped. Going to re-season. And I know I probably should use the honey first, but I don't, I never did. So why change it now? A little more of the ancho chili powder. It's one of my favorite as far as it comes to spicy seasonings. When I do my barbecue, I use it, and unfortunately, I can only find it in small amounts like this. And I wish I could find it in big honking things like that. And I'm sure I can if I really, really look. But you know, I make do. Add that honey in there again. Now, when I smoke chicken, I don't do the same thing. But I might try this with a smoked chicken when I smoke it next time. I haven't tried it this way. But we also put squeezy butter on the chicken to give it that nice flavor. No, I'm not putting butter on this. It's just gonna melt and roll off on this. When I smoke, it is able to sit in that butter. So, yet again, 360 for about 10 minutes, and you may have to add or subtract some time depending on how big the pieces are. And in case you're wondering, I've got, like I said, I got the sprouts on low. But they're still cooking and they're about ready, because this is about where you want it, because you don't want them too wilted. You want them nice and a little crisp. So there, it's actually about ready, and it should be well ready. Yeah, that's wrong. It's still daylight outside. And it's not 11 in the morning. It's around 8 p.m. Move this in some because it's too far away, maybe. There we go. You don't want it too wilted. And with this, once you get it down, it's a matter of timing and when to start other things that you're gonna make with it. This goes well with anything. Make it with steak, I make it with chicken, pork chops, especially my fried pork chops. It goes well. It suits about anything. Now, I've got other recipes I may post at some point here or another. A lot of this I just like these I came up with on the fly because I wanted to do something different. So I was eating the same thing over and over again. I ate a lot of bacon and eggs, or sausage and eggs. And I just kind of, hey, try this or try this. Plus, you know, watch a lot of Food Network or what have you, and got ideas and just kind of threw things together. A lot of this is just, it takes experimentation. Have fun with it. You never know what you'll figure out, put together, and might want to throw out there for some other people. And I mean, it's pretty healthy eating. You know, there's a lot of butter, but you're not eating the butter. It's just cooking in the butter for the most part. It gives it some flavor. And the honey and the brown sugar, yeah, no, it's going to cook off for the most part, so it's not going to affect any kind of keto diet or other diets for that fact. And it's about done. You ready to see what it looks like? Let's take a look. So, time to take a plate. Pull out that one and that one. Just to give you an idea. Look at that. Nice and juicy. It's done on the inside and ready to eat. And there you go. Nice chicken and Brussels sprouts dinner. Enjoy.